Okay, so going into the actual using of the system, let me go ahead and I already prepared a prompt for our AI. I'm looking to create a antivirus robot working on a laptop. I want an antivirus humanoid robot working on a laptop. So I simply click this button and I will get some images generated as a preview that I can proceed with. Um, like a lot of these websites, you get a certain amount of free uses, and then I'm assuming they have a premium service that you can pay for. And here we go. So I got some images of I like this one actually. I like this one too, and this one's kind of fun. So I would say three of these images are really good. The only thing, like, I kind of wanted it to stand out a little bit more, but I'm really tempted to use these. So let's see, seed variations. So with the seed, my basic understanding is you can create more like this image using that, and then variations again like this image but different, right? But basically, I'm pretty happy with this. So place on canvas. I don't know if I'm gonna lose this other image. I like this almost Iron Man-esque face that this one has. But I think this one struck me first, so hopefully I don't lose those images that were generated. So we come in here, we put it on the canvas, and then you can do things like remove the background, which I don't want to do, and remove object, which I don't want to do. But then again, maybe I do. Can I remove this lamp? I do want to remove this lamp, but I didn't want it to mess up the image. So let's try it. See what happens. The artificial intelligence is thinking. So, there it is. We did a decent job. It's not perfect, but um, just did it to demonstrate the effect. So there we have our image. Then what you do is you just come over here to, at the top right, there's a button called export. I think you can change the zoom level. Let's put it at 100. You can see it's nice, but it's not ultra high resolution. But you know, it can bring it down in size and sit somewhere around there. So I just click export. Then it asks you, do you want it to, as a JPEG or a PNG file? And then there's an upscale button. Simple. You can go up to 2x for free, 3 and 4x are available for premium, and then the watermark, you can remove that with premium. So we click on download, and it generates our file in, it says actually the queue, I guess. So it generates a file, but there's apparently a queue. Oh, there we go, free queue. So I'm guessing now that I'm experiencing this, the first time I did this, I got an image out rather quickly, you know, in about 10 seconds or something. But this time there was a queue of it said 2, then it went to 1. Now it says downloading. So I had to wait, you know, a minute for this one. So as a free user, you do have to be patient on this stuff. But so far, I'm liking the experience. Okay, so I couldn't find the image, so I had to kind of make it a little bit. So I doctored up an image, and now I want to change the image on import image. So I import an image. Delete, delete. We bring an image in, and then the format of the image, the size of it, it's going to be 1:1. It's going to be a square. I'm going to call this Wolverine. However, And then what's happening here? This, enlarge this. Okay, so here's our Wolverine. Just bring him up. Okay, then we want to do image to image. So he's a fantasy hero, Wolverine. Okay, so playing with this tool, I wanted to see what would happen if I take this and ask for realistic. Now I just want to create Wolverine character. Go. Okay, so this is really cool. Now this filter gave me really nice results. Look at that. That's incredible. That's extremely good looking. I'm going to go ahead and export that. And so, interesting to note, this is basically Wolverine's one of his famous poses, but it's really hard to find this image, this exact image. You often find him in this half pose. What I ended up doing is I took his right side and put it on his left side to create his arms spread out because I kept finding images of him at different angles, but this is his pose, which artists seem to have been against showing him doing this exact pose, probably because it's a lot. It's a little too much, but you end up I recall seeing this in a video game where he does this kind of pose with a mostly forward, slightly off center. But this is the first time I'm recollecting seeing him at eye level or center level, forward, complete frontal view with his arms out, and um, he's like hunched down, right? He's like in a wide stance, and you see the muscles, the ripping muscles. So I think this is a really great image, actually. So the realism filter just did it. It really did it. Here's Wolverine up close. And can I move him around? Oops. Do that. Didn't have the right thing selected. So I'm putting this in the streaming program here just to show you. So this is did the 2x upscale on export. Mostly very good. So let's just show the image here so you can see what it's generated. Let's put him center. This is pretty exciting. It's pretty cool. So look at that. The detail on the arms, the hair. It really brought over a lot of interesting things. The metal on the claws is reflective, which is awesome. Really gives you a nice little eye, pulls your eye there, and then you see his face, and he's got this menacing face. So amazing. Okay, let's jump to the next tool, generative fill. So we need to bring a image in. We are bringing an image of Hyrule from The Legend of Zelda in. There we are. Now, generative fill. So mark an area with the brush or the lasso or automatic. Now, I don't know what automatic will do, but I'm curious. Oh, you can probably select an object or item or something. Let's say this mountain, probably. What would this... It's thinking. Yeah, it selected the mountain. That's really cool, and it's really easy. So that's not what I want. I don't want to select an object in the existing area. So, cancel that. I want to either use a brush or lasso. So I'm going to use the brush. And I'm going to say, here. Oops. Undo that. Brush. Large. Okay, here I envision done. Then we're going to say, what is the desired content you want in the marked area? I want Link, Legend of Zelda. Control method, the guidance for the marked area. Prompt, balanced, or image. So let's go off the prompt and say, do it. Okay, so there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and drop it on the canvas so you can see it larger. There is Link. He looks all right, if not a little stubby. Let's undo that or get rid of him. Let's go back to generative and pull our next one. Place that on the canvas. Okay, it's got a little bit of a strangeness to it. So, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted, and this helps me get ideas to refine it, but it gives you a good idea of how this works. And so he's facing away, you see his sword, which is a nice idea. That could be what you want. I wasn't even sure what I wanted. I wasn't sure what I was going to come up with. So, let's get rid of that again and bring in the next example. There's Chibi Link. Okay. He's got 2 shields. We don't like that, but that's okay. That's okay. And we're going to do the last one. Place on canvas. Okay, so he's facing away, going down the path, which is a nice expectation. If you ask somebody to draw Link in there and you didn't give them any other information, they might draw something like this. They tend to draw facing because you want to see the character and who they are. If you don't know Link from Zelda very well, you don't know what he really looks like. But the fact that he has such a uniqueness of carrying a shield and a sword, green tunic, hair, and everything, so he's a unique character that seems to fit in this world. So that's generative fill. Okay, so we love Brendan Fraser, right? So we want to use FaceKit here, and we want to repair Brendan Fraser. Describe the desired facial characteristics. We're going to say young man. And we're going to select the face, I guess. So let's select him. Okay. See what happens. Okay. If we look at that, we see that what it does is it just takes the years off, right? So I can use these buttons here. So this is an example of wrinkle removal, I guess, right? So what I'm noticing here is that I like that the eyes stay in place because the distance between the eyes and the nose structure did smooth out in a little bit, which is probably not as good for keeping the face structure, so it's reminiscent of the actual person. But what did happen here is that the lips were smoothed out, but they were a little bit smaller as well. I don't know if it tries to make it just look more aesthetically. But also another thing I'm noticing is that there's less dark spots, so it's a beautification type of thing. But I think it's a good example of how you could see that it could beautify somebody just for a general use. I'm not sure. It's just called face kit, so you don't know what that means, but that's that. Okay, so let's bring our sample image in. I have a Mario. Okay, and I want to generatively expand this. Expand your canvas. Fire flower. Power up. And then I'm just gonna expand this. See how this works. I guess I'll just keep it to the right. Anyway, I'm just gonna do what it can do, and that's what it made for us. It gave us a flower. It was fine, you know. So it added more of the background and created a flower. All right, final one is give me City of New York expanded background. So this could be easily blended and fixed up, but it takes your original image and adds a lot to it. So this image becomes a lot more. It becomes bigger, more interesting, and framed differently. Okay, so we have a picture character here. Let's put the description 1:1, I think. Thing about this is if I add the image in, it'll resize according to. I needed to set the. No, it didn't fill it. Strange. Okay, I'll fix it manually. There we go. All right, so we're going to try to enhance this image. See what happens. What's the enhancement strength? I left it at default, which is about a quarter up, quarter of 100%, 25%. Enhancing this may take a few minutes. So we're going to go ahead and time skip this so you don't have to wait. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's all, folks.